What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Legit Whiskey Reviews. And today I'll be reviewing Angel's Envy Store Pick. This is a private selection. This is from Total Wine. This comes in at 50.35% ABV, so that's 100.7 proof. All right, it's good to be back. I know I've been gone for probably about 3 months now. I almost stopped the channel, I got burned out just on recording episodes, and just got tired of the whole process. But I took enough time off that I feel like I'm refreshed now. I'm good to go, and I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be like consistently releasing episodes every week, but I am definitely going to be more consistent. I'm refreshed. I'm committed again to doing this. It's fun releasing content. It's just like I said, I got burned out for a while there, but so I took a good 3 months off. My palate is completely refreshed. I had bourbon for the first time maybe about a week ago, for the first time in like 2 months. So it's been a while. Everything's like brand new to me. So everything is like bright and fresh. Everything's reset, my palate, my nose, so I feel like I'm good to go as far as that part. And yeah, let's get into this. So everyone knows Angel's Envy. Why am I reviewing Angel's Envy? Because I feel like everyone knows Angel's Envy, especially my whiskey nerds, myself included. Like we don't usually gravitate towards the regular Angel's Envy because it's pretty watered down. I believe, I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I think it's like 86.6 proof, if I'm not mistaken. So that's not very high proof. It's pretty watered down. Like I said, the flavors don't really stand out, but it's a popular bourbon, and it's finished in port. By the way, this is the same. So this is bourbon whiskey finished in port wine barrels. So yeah, it's a port finished whiskey, and I feel like, yeah, like I don't ever gravitate toward, even when I was beginning in my bourbon drinking, like I never really liked the regular Angel's Envy. I just felt like it was, like I said, it's pretty watered down, not enough flavors come through, and it's pretty pricey as well. It's anywhere between $45 to $55 in my area for the regular Angel's Envy. And this one here is a little bit pricier, but like I said, this is a higher proof, and this is a store pick. I think I paid maybe $60 to $65 for this, so it's a little bit pricier, but like I said, the proof is higher and you should be able to get more flavors than the regular Angel's Envy. All right, so it's been a while. Let's get into this. All right, so on the nose. Ooh, yeah, this is totally different from the regular Angel's Envy. At least this pick, like, you know, so when it comes to store picks, they can vary from barrel to barrel, depending on the store you get it. Different picks, different nose, and on the palate you might get different flavors. So it just varies. But as far as this one, yeah, there's a lot coming through here. This is very sweet. I'm getting spice. I'm getting a lot of dark fruits. I'm getting raisins, a hint of cherry, but it's more raisins, plums, vanilla, a hint of caramel. But yeah, that spice and that raisin note really stand out along with the vanilla note. It's very spicy. I'm kind of surprised by that. But yeah, this is totally different as far as the nose compared to the regular Angel's Envy. It's like night and day. Just the higher proof really makes a difference. All right, let's go to the palate. Cheers. Everything on the nose transferred to the palate. Very spicy, very sweet, tons of raisins, caramel, vanilla. The vanilla really jumps out. But I feel like that spice and the raisin note is what really stands out in the nose and in the palate. And the finish, it's a pretty long finish. It's still going. Very sweet. I really like that. I like that balance between the sweet and the spicy. This is really like, for all my whiskey nerds that haven't tried this and you're kind of turned off by Angel's Envy, until I tried this, I thought the same way, but you really got to give this a try. If you get a good store pick, yeah, this really makes a difference. This is totally different. I can't even, I mean, I know I'm drinking Angel's Envy, but if I didn't know, if I wasn't looking at the bottle, I wouldn't know. I would think it was a finished bourbon, but I wouldn't know that it was Angel's Envy just because it's so different from regular Angel's Envy. One more sip here. Yeah, I feel like it's staying consistent too as far as the nose. Like sometimes stuff gets sweeter or it gets spicier or it just changes, but this one, yeah, it's staying consistent as far as the nose. I'm getting the same notes. Okay, on the nose or on the palate, I feel like the spice is starting to take over the palate on the second sip. I'm still getting sweetness. I feel like the raisin note kind of like took a backseat to that spice. And I feel like the caramel vanilla note towards the finish are starting to take over the finish there. But I feel like what really stands out overall in the nose and in the palate is the spice. I'm not sure what the mash bill is on this, and it's non-age stated, so I don't know what the age is either, but it's a pretty bottle. I think that's why it sells so well, the regular Angel's Envy, because the bottle is beautiful, and people that aren't experienced in bourbon, you know, they see the bottle, they like it, and they buy it, and they like it. I mean, for a beginner, I feel like it's a little pricey as far as the regular Angel's Envy, but I feel like it, you know, it has good flavors for somebody that's beginning. But for my whiskey nerds, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty watered down. But as far as this one, this is a different story. I feel like the spice is what kind of like surprises me in this one. It's really standing out. But before I close out, I want to compare it to another port finish. This is the Starlight small batch. This is finished in port barrels as well, and this one here is so Starlight, if you're not sure, this is from Indiana, so whiskey out of Indiana. You guys got to try it, and it's not MGP. So this one here is, like I said, it's a small batch, port finished, and it's 106.8 proof. It's aged 4 years. That's what I love about Starlight. All their whiskeys, they give you all the information you would need on there. So, and I really enjoy this one, and I haven't had it in a long time, and it's a port finish, so I want to compare it to this one, because I believe this one was, I think it was around what the regular Angel's Envy costs. I think this one was like 45 bucks, and like I said, this one was like $60 to $65 for this private select. So this will be a good comparison, even though this one is a higher proof. It's 4 years old, but yeah, it's way cheaper. So let's see what the differences are here. This should be interesting because I haven't had this one in a long time. See the colors on here. They're pretty even as far as the color. Okay, I feel like the port influence comes through more on this Starlight, but I feel like the spice stands out more in the Angel's Envy. Yeah, and I feel like the grain kind of comes forward more. The youth comes forward a little bit more on this Starlight, which I'm kind of surprised by. Wow, I feel like the more this Angel's Envy just sits in the glass, it really just, it's starting to change now. It's getting super sweet, and not in a bad way. I mean, like just like sweet caramel, and the vanilla. The caramel and the vanilla are really starting to take over. It's starting to tame down that spice that I was getting on this one, but the nose is phenomenal on this Angel's Envy. Like I said, this one is sweeter, less spicy. It still smells good, but I feel like it's more youthful. I smell more grain in this Starlight. But let's go to the palate on this one. Ooh. Yeah, this is nice. I like the palate on that. This is hard. So I was expecting that same youth to come through on the palate, but that's not what's happening. And I'm getting a lot of spice on the palate. Wow, that's a good comparison there. I feel like they're pretty even. I feel like the Angel's Envy takes it in the nose, but I'm really impressed with the palate on this Starlight. One more try on each real quick. Yeah, that spice and that candy sweetness is starting to take over the Angel's Envy. Now the Starlight. Ooh. I think if I had to give it to one or the other, I have to give it to the Starlight. Because while the nose matters a lot, I feel like the palate is where it counts the most. And I feel like where the Starlight is lacking in the nose, it makes up for it in the palate, because that spice, if you guys watch my videos enough, you know I love that spice to balance sweetness. And while this Angel's Envy has it, this Starlight has it as well. But I feel like that port finish just stands out a little bit more on the Starlight than the Angel's Envy. You can tell you're drinking port finish, and again, that depends on your taste, on what you prefer. Some people don't like their finishes to like stand out that much, and I don't think the Starlight stands out that much, but I feel like it stands out enough to be noticeable, and not in a bad way. I don't think they overdid it. I just feel like it stands out enough, and it completes the experience. So my final thoughts: do I recommend this? Yes, if you've tried the regular Angel's Envy and you're curious about this, because this is totally different. It's like night and day as far as the regular as Angel's Envy and this one. Now comparing it to something else, like there's plenty of other port finishes. This is just one that I've picked to compare it to. I feel like this Starlight is very good, and I feel like it's better. It beats it out, especially the price. I mean, this is $20 cheaper, higher proof. It's 4 years old, age stated. This one's not age stated, and I feel like the flavors just stand out more on this Starlight. So do I recommend it? Yes. And if you haven't tried the Private Select Angel's Envy, but if you're deciding between one or the other, or any other port finish, I'd say try before you buy, because there's plenty of other port finishes that are better and cheaper. So there you go. As far as my final score on this store pick, I'm gonna give it a solid B+. It's good. It's a great experience. I love the spice that comes out of this, and like I said, it's night and day from the regular Angel's Envy. So if you guys like my content, remember to smash that like button. Remember to subscribe. I hope to see you soon, and keep it legit and do it for the love of whiskey. Cheers.